Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do what I asked you, or I told you about yesterday. Next week Wednesday, we are going to take the Unit 1, what is biology, the science of biology test on next week Wednesday. Today we are providing you with some feedback via a practice test. Okay, so in Canvas, don't do it yet, you're going to go through and you're going to take a practice test. It's 29 questions.
Hey, no, I'm good.
The 29 questions are very similar to the questions that will be on your test next week, Wednesday. When you go through and you take this practice test, there's two sections. It's a Google form. The first section is, what's your name? What class period are you in? I think that might be it. Then you go to the next section and there's 29 multiple choice questions. The 29 multiple choice questions, you don't know which ones are right and wrong until you hit the submit button. Once you hit the submit button, your score will be recorded in a spreadsheet for us. And then at that point, there is a question by question by question what you answered and whether you got it right or wrong. And we typed individual feedback for if you chose the right answer, which is different than if you chose the wrong answer. We took a lot of time. It's good, hopefully, feedback for you to be like, I wasn't really sure, I just kind of guessed on this one. Yes, I guessed right. But then there's the written feedback as, well, why was that the right answer? So hopefully if you say, I wasn't so sure on this one, oh, that's why it was that one. I got a lucky guess. Just as important as that lucky guess, why was it the right one, is why did I get that one wrong? And there's some rationale as to why that was not the right answer and how would you determine the right answer. Why am I saying this? Because we felt it was worth the time, so we took the time on our time to make sure you got some feedback more than, hey, I got a 62% or I got an 88%. I don't know why I got that one wrong. Okay? So make sure you take a look at that feedback. Okay, this is your practice test. It is a Google form. You are welcome to take it multiple times. Your Canvas submission, okay, your submission in Canvas is pretty straightforward. Once you are done, you are going to submit a screenshot of your score. When you finish, you will need to take a screenshot of your overall final score and submit that screenshot in this assignment in Canvas. If you go through and say, hey, I took it, I got a 70%, we're going to go through and we're going to enter that as a C in your practice test. You say, well, I don't really want a C in my practice test. I made some silly mistakes. I can do better. Take it again and then submit the score that you want us to put in there. Notice I'm saying your score. Okay, this is your work, your feedback, it's your practice test to help you prepare for your test next week. This isn't a group thing. This is what can you do, where are you right now, and it's okay if you don't do great. It's a learning opportunity, and with that learning opportunity, there's room for improvement, and we want you to encourage that growth and to try it again if you feel that, you know what, I can do better than that. Okay? Couple things. Well, I guess questions about the practice test. What my plan is at some point I'll be able to look at the responses of the class and we can go through and say, hey, 50% of us got number 6 wrong. Maybe we should talk about number 6. And we'll probably wrap up the class today with some of those common oopsies. Okay, so we can have that discussion in class. On the board, I have something that's not new to you. Hopefully it's not new to you. And it's an acronym that we here at the high school believe in. DCE stands for Do What's Right, Care for Everyone, Embrace Excellence. Okay, so part of doing what's right is this test. You know, I just talked about this is your test. Could you take a screenshot that I got 100 on? Could I send it to Mr. DeBoer? And could Mr. DeBoer then say, hey, look, I got 100% on it? He could. Keep in mind, you are recording these scores are being logged in a spreadsheet that we get. Okay, so when you enter your name, that's like the first thing, enter your name. That's part of why I put this on the board, is to do what's right. There's also been, in this school, some not great things happen. Things have been missing, things have been destroyed. And I look around the room and I know that you guys are not those people. I hope, let me rephrase it. I really hope that those are not you. You guys are not you. And there's a lot of trust that we have in you. We don't watch every single second of you because you are young adults and we want to treat you that way. But as you look around the room, we have expensive equipment in here that we trust you to do the right thing. Today, I just put 12 laptops out around the room that I'm going to use for my physics classes. There's going to be 12 laptops here at the end of the school day because we do what's right. Okay? I've heard rumors that some science equipment has gone missing. Pretty sure it's not mine. I don't know. I'm assuming it's not. And if you are aware of any of that situation, do the right thing. Make sure it gets returned. Okay? And if you feel it needs to be told to someone, tell someone about it. If you were one of those people, it's just as easily as it was to take that thing, it'd be just as easy to put that thing back. And that would be doing what's right. Okay? I don't want to preach about this too much, but we have a lot of trust and respect for you, and we hope that you respect and trust us in our materials as well. Okay? So, today, we're going to take a practice test. The practice test may or may not take you, well, it's probably not going to take you the whole class. It's 29 multiple choice questions. There are some other things for you to work on today, and some of those things, there's a whole laundry list, but some of these things are listed under the agenda for today. There is the variables identification sheet, the page number 2, and only page number 2 from yesterday. There's the guided notes. There was SpongeBob. There was the POGIL activity. There was the Radice lab. 2/2 of your Radice labs got turned in. There was a safety quiz. There's more on that list, but I figured it's long enough. There's plenty of other things. Click on grades, look for missing. That's what you should make sure we're getting submitted in Canvas. There have been a lot of Canvas submissions, and we've been really trying to work on that, but we are behind on our grading. Your key is to look for missings at this point, and if it says it's missing, you didn't turn it in. Okay? We will get through that stuff and we'll try to get up to speed. We're trying to get up to speed as much as we possibly can with the new start of the school year and all that stuff, just like you are. So be patient with us in terms of our grading and giving you that feedback, and we'll do our best on that. Okay? So if and when you finish your practice test, take a click on grades, make sure you have no missing things in there, and take care of that if you need to take care of that. Okay? Questions about that? So the way you access this unit practice test was from the link in the assignment. And again, there's 2 sections. Once you hit submit, that's where that feedback will go, and we'll be able to kind of talk about some of the major oops. We really should talk about this one when we get near the end of class. We'll see how time works out. Questions about today? Okay. So practice test is what you are doing right now, and that's where you're going to start. If you have questions, it will give you feedback once you hit submit. After the 29 questions you hit submit, it will give you some feedback. So take a look at that because we think it's worthwhile feedback.